Shane Van Gisbergen has another announcement. Sonoma Raceway shows off a fresh repave, and once again, the Daytona Speed Week schedule is underwhelming. How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric. Welcome to Out of the Groove. Y'all got me kind of choked up this morning. My doctor says it's allergies, but I think it has more to do with all the beautiful daily downforce Out of the Groove diecast posts y'all have been sharing on social media. Got me feeling a bit emotional here to start the new year. No, but it's awesome to see so many of y'all add this car to your diecast collections. Mine hasn't even shown up yet, so I'm living vicariously through you guys, but no, it's incredible. Again, truly appreciate the support. Beautiful, beautiful scenes. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope 2024 is treating you well so far. Denny Hamlin, I saw, starting the new year off strong, getting engaged to Jordan Fish. Congratulations. I don't typically dive too deep into drivers' personal lives, but that caption, yeah, gotta giggle out of me, so I figured I'd share it with you guys. Trust me, we do have some real NASCAR news to get to. Sonoma Raceway shared this photo this morning of their brand new, fresh repave. Nice picture that also shows off that lush green California scenery. This doesn't look anything like the Sonoma Raceway we visit in June every year. Hey, I tried to lobby NASCAR to add Sonoma to that springtime West Coast swing. They chose to move Atlanta up in the schedule instead, which I guess, back-to-back super speedways, from a rating standpoint, I guess it's hard to argue with their logic. But one day, I hope I live to see a springtime Sonoma Raceway NASCAR race, just for a change of pace. This was Sonoma Raceway's first repave in more than 20 years. Was it 2000 the last time they repaved? I'll be curious to see how that impacts the racing there later this summer. But before we talk about the summer, Daytona is on deck. Shane Van Gisbergen announced today that he will race the ARCA season opener at Daytona February 17th. He'll drive for Pinnacle Racing Group. Additional details still TBD. But what is this photo? This is not a flattering angle. What happened to his legs? Why do they look like this? SVG will pull double duty that Saturday, February 17th. That's the day before the Daytona 500. He'll race the ARCA opener in the early afternoon, and then into the evening, he'll race the Xfinity Series opener. So double Daytona. Welcome to America, Shane. I know SVG has a full schedule this year. He's running all the Xfinity races. He'll run a handful of Cup, and now he's at least got one ARCA race on his schedule. But a few weeks ago, when speaking to reporters, Shane Van Gisbergen explained that he is most anxious about super speedway style racing, something that's way outside his comfort zone. SVG said, quote, "Watching that is like a high-speed chess match, but also a lottery, I guess." Honestly, that's like the perfect way to describe modern super speedway racing. Our first race, I don't really know how to approach it or what to expect. We get a little bit of practice so I can get a feel for the car and the cars around me at that speed, but that style of racing is so far removed from everything I've ever done. Super speedways is probably what I'm most anxious about or unsure about what's going to happen or how the cars race. That's going to be a tough first one. Whew, again, he is plunging head first onto the high banks at Daytona. ARCA, Xfinity, back-to-back the same afternoon. Good luck, SVG. But hey, at least he'll be getting some practice time before the green flag officially waves. That's more than can be said for the NASCAR Cup Series competitors, who for the second year in a row will attempt to qualify for the Daytona 500 and race in the Thursday night duels before getting even a lap of on-track practice. NASCAR today unveiled the tentative Speed Week schedule. Are they calling it Speed Week? Are they still trying to pretend it's Speed Weeks? Plural, hasn't been that way for at least a few years now. And what they unveiled looks pretty much identical to last year. Once again, qualifying for the Daytona 500 will be the Wednesday before the race. Thursday night will be the duels. Cup teams won't get a chance to actually practice until Friday, until they've already made a lap at speed, a very important lap at speed, and raced in 150-mile events. It's kind of ridiculous at this point. Maybe this is a really small thing. I understand that many fans do not care about this. I'm sure many in the garage even do not care or even prefer the schedule NASCAR has set forth. But I care about this. This is a prestigious motorsports event with millions, tens of millions of dollars on the line. We saw last year, Kaulig Racing's number 13 had an issue in qualifying. The money team had massive issues during their dual race, issues that could have been sorted out with just a simple 30-minute or 1-hour practice session. I'm thinking about tackling this subject in a larger video, but honestly, beyond just the competition side of things, from a promotional standpoint, I worry we've trimmed too much off of the Daytona 500 experience. We used to have preseason thunder, IROC, speed weeks, truly plural. Now, the build up to the Daytona 500 all occurs over a span of like 4 or 5 days. Hey, I'm all for trimming out the fat, cutting unnecessary content. I mean, look at this show. I edit the crap out of this show to cut out all my little pauses and awkward gaffes. But the Daytona 500 is the biggest NASCAR race of the season. From a rating standpoint, it's the biggest race in the United States. I understand that practice at Daytona is often, inconsequential, but content is king. More on-track activity is more content for fans camping out to enjoy, fans watching on TV at home to enjoy. It gives people like me, others in the media, more to talk about, gives narratives, storylines a chance to develop. More on-track activity means more anticipation, more hype, more build-up for, again, the sport's biggest and in some ways most important race of the year. I'd settle for 1 hour of practice on Wednesday afternoon at this point. I'm that desperate. I understand NASCAR's trying to save the team's money, this, that. It's one practice. You don't have to go out and make laps if you don't want to. At least give the teams that opportunity. And if teams don't go out and make a lap during practice, that's a storyline. That's something to ask questions about, to talk about. I'm just saying, more on-track activity leads to more content. Content is king. More anticipation, more build-up for the biggest race. It can't hurt. I worry we've trimmed too much off of the Daytona 500 experience. So just a mini rant right there. Again, I might put my thoughts into a larger video here before the season starts because it's something that's bugged me for the past couple of years, quite honestly. But share your thoughts down in the comment section below. Are you going to miss practice at all? Do you miss preseason thunder at all? Or, Daytona practice, not typically the most exciting, a lot of single car runs. Are you fine with Speed Week being scheduled the way it is? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'd be curious to see where you guys sort of fall on this. That'll do it for me, though. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this episode of Out of the Groove. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and as always, a huge thank you to my very generous Patreon supporters. I hope you all are having a wonderful week. I'll catch you in the next episode, folks. Thanks for watching.